Guys, I got a game versus James and Luigi fan, and we're having a UU battle. Well, I leave my frost loss and I use a taunt, stopping me from using Thunderwave. Then I start setting up the spikes, because I thought it'd be a good idea, but he goes straight for the Iron Head, which does a decent amount of damage. So now I go for the Destiny Bond, thinking he's going to stay and kill, but he just goes into his Chansey, which I did not understand why, but I'm going to taunt after this turn. And this team is actually 7 wins, no losses, so it's a really strong team lately. So yeah, I'm just going to set up more spikes, thinking he's going to try, I don't really know what he's going to do, but I get all 3 spikes set up and he just can't touch me. And then he withdraws again, and I was thinking he's going to attack, so I just taunt. And he goes straight into Melodic, and I do not think Melodic should be UU, but I don't think Umbreon should be UU. I can understand how I'm tracking with Frostlass now as kind of OU, but it can't do anything in an OU battle. Like Melodic can wall, an Umbreon can wall. I just don't think it's a good idea having Melodic in UU. I just think it's too tank. Yeah, anyway, he kills my Samhu because it's a terrorist and it just kills you with him. And that's what it does, it taunts, spikes and dies. It does have Shadow Ball, Ice Ball, Shadow Ball or Ice Beam, sorry. And he, just for if I think they're going to use Flying. Anyway, he goes into his Swallow, so I switch into my Blastoise. Now I think he's going to Facade, switch into my Registeel. And he cannot touch Registeel, but he should have U-turned anyway. And I'm just going to set up my Stealth Rock, so now there's 3 spikes and Stealth Rock set up. And I knew this Uxie would wall me really bad, because I can't hit it, but I think, do they carry healing moves? I don't know. I was going to start cursing up anyway, but he thinks switches into an Arcanine after this curse now, which will not help me out, because I know that Arcanines are really strong, as you've seen in my last video, well, one of my last videos, where I sweep his whole team with an Arcanine. So I know that when I saw the switch, and he goes, oh, Blaziken, I'm sorry, I thought it was an Arcanine. Anyway, look at the damage just from Stealth Rock and Spikes, and I curse again, and I thought it would be an Overheat special, so I switch into my Blastoise, knowing that I can take an Overheat, the Fire Blasts, which it's going to do a decent amount, I guess, because of the stab, but I know if he carries a fighting move, it's going to really hurt, so I switch into my Altaria, which is just going to set up for the rest of the game, I think. I know that this is my winning Pokemon because it actually does sweep a lot of teams, because you just Dragon Dance and Dragon Claw, and it works really well, but obviously this is a counter to it, because there's no way I can hit it. So I just Dragon Dance, and I switch now. I think I switch into my own Registeel. This team, you don't get to see my sweepers in this game, you only get to see my walls, so it's kinda gay. You see my 3 walls, my lead, and then I've got 2 sweepers. Because I think I'm usually more of a sweeper. I like to just get the whole team sweep, but I was trying to play defensive for a day, and it does work pretty well. I was put spectacles because everybody's using the specs Blastoise lately. So yeah, I'm just trying to get Surf off now, but he got an Iron Head flinch, so I can see he's a Power Hacks and Iron Header. You know I roar because the damage will be really good, and this comes out as the one thing I didn't want to come out. So I could have stayed in and roared again, but I didn't. I switched into Registeel, and he predicts that really nicely, and switched into Blaziken back. If I would have stayed in and roared again, I'd have made Blaziken completely useless, which would have been really nice, but I do a double switch into Altaria, because I know Fire Blast will definitely KO, even though, well, it won't KO, but it'll do a lot, because I have got the special one, and now he's just going to basically let me set up with my Altaria. I'm going to heal Bell, just in case he gets a crit, so I don't have burns or Power Hacks on my Registeel. And well, basically one of my sweepers is an Alakazam with Focus Blast, which is actually spexed, which I was going to use to kill his Registeel. And if it didn't, I could just kill it, because I know unless they carry Rest, which is actually quite a good idea with Curse. But then you don't have enough moves. Thunder Wave, Rest, Curse, Iron Head. But no, Steel could wall it completely. And obviously if he was going to get something like an Altaria like this now, and he's just going to keep on superpowering, I don't even know why anymore. But he finally switches into Swallow, which doesn't really make that much sense to me, because I'm just going to Dragon Claw, because after my, I think 3 Dragon Dances, I can completely outspeed it. And now he switches into Chansey, and I know he's going to want to counter the first turn, so I go for a Dragon Dance. And he does counter, which is really good. And I was actually expecting him to use a T-Wave this turn, thinking that I'm just going to Dragon set up, so I just Dragon Claw knowing it's a one-hit KO. And he has actually got 2 walls left that can completely outwall me. One is Uxie, who can take a critical hit from a 6 times attack Altaria, and a Registeel, which can just take Altaria. So I just Dragon Claw to see the damage I can do at the moment, and it is really weak. And I could have just stalled it like this, Dragon Claw Roost, but I thought I might as well just set up for the Uxie, even though the Uxie is really useless, because he will not be able to destroy a Registeel with Uxie when I Thunder Wave, and then I just start just what's called Shadow Ball with my Alakazam, which is Specs, which will start to do a lot of damage. Or I could trick my Specs to his Uxie when I expect the Thunder Wave, which would be a really good move. And so let's say he did Thunder Wave, and on the switch I could switch, and I don't know, well, I know I could kill it with everything I have left. I have 4 other Pokemon against 1. I know Registeel can't do anything to this. And if I was him, I'd have just kept on Thunder Wave, Iron Head, Thunder Wave, Iron Head. But he doesn't, he just wants to Iron Head. And he was telling me now, just finish me. And I was like, no. I don't want to. I want to Roost up now, I think, and then I'm going to start killing him again. Because I've had 6 Dragon Dances. That's why I've got a bit more damage doing to him. But I do not want to get just killed now, like crit. But he does set up the Stealth Rock, which is useless, because nothing else is carrying Focus Sash, and I've got no weaknesses to Stealth Rock. And I actually have my Blastoise, which can Rapid Spin. So it's not the Specs one, just because the name is Spectacles. Anyway, I'm going to finish the Registeel off with Dragon Claw, which you don't see that often. From half HP, getting killed by a Dragon move. Still has Blaziken, but he dies from all the injuries coming in, which is why my Blastoise carries Roar, just in case. If I've got it all set up, killed this Spinner, which is the late. And actually, look at this, I hit the Uxie with a critical hit. I don't know if that was minimum damage, but he was just going to lock himself into Thunderbolt. So when he killed me with Thunderbolt, I was going to go to Alakazam and trick Specs to his Thunderbolt, and he would just have to Thunderbolt Registeel, which wouldn't have done much, and I'd have just Iron Head. Good game.